Ah! Luna! Hey, get off! Bloody in the way, cat. Yeah, you are. You little shit. Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. Mate, Luna, how do you do? Hello, everyone. Welcome. Yes, pardon me. You all know how Luna is. Actually, you probably don't, to be fair. Oliver has a lot of gentleness and elegance, as you've seen, right? Like, you've seen me post a bunch of photos. Oliver's like a very gentle, very considerate cat. And Luna is just a fucking wrecking ball. She has no grace whatsoever. I was just in the process of tweeting out that I was streaming, and she just barreled through my desk. Hence why I got a little bit snappy there, like, what the hell, cat? And she does it without any warning. Just suddenly, yeet, and half my stuff is on the floor. Okay, Luna. In fact, you know what, cat? Let me just move all of this out of the way. I'll give my notebook. Just move that out of the way, there. Move my peanuts out over there. Because yes, I just have a tub of peanuts next to me that like peanuts. All that over there. There you go. Now you got more space. Ah, dear oh dear. Hey! So how is everyone today? There we go. Now you got all the space in the world. She's just looking at me, right? She's just looking at me right now. From below my monitor. Which is the expectant look of human. What is this? What are you doing, human? Just reading the chat. You're currently stretching and you're in immense pain as you're typing this. This is great moral support. Oh no, it's on me. Yeah, I remember you saying yesterday, Luna. Get off the tablet. Okay. Get your ass out of my tea. Okay, good. No fur. Good start. Good start to the stream. Hold on, let me just turn the music down for myself a little bit. There we go. It's a bit loud. Really? You did all of that shit? Oh. Luna. Okay, goodbye. I love that cat. I really, really, really love Luna. She's wonderful when she wants to be. It's just other times she's a bloody wrecking ball. Alright then. Commission time. I'm in a weird mood today. It's funny actually. I slept really well, and I feel like I've not slept at all. Did you guys ever get that, where you're like in that really horrible limbo where you feel good because you slept really well, but your eyes are just like, they just feel horrible, and you feel like you get that all the time, Has? Oh god. I've got it really, really badly today. I feel both great and shit. One sec, having tea. It's already my second cup of tea. Okay, I'm glad you guys are liking it so far, by the way, the model. Thank you. Happy to see you constantly. Oh god. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you all get that so often. Did you hear me slurp? Oh, well, enjoy it then. I don't care today. Okay then, right. What am I doing then? Right, so I'm just trying to think to myself. There's two ways I can go about this, right? There's two things I can do next. I'm gonna do the fun thing next. I still need to do all the patterning on the feathers, because if I get my reference out, give me a second. I know you got your reference up there, but I'll show you a better one in a moment. Shriek references. Not that one. Oh, actually, this is a good example. Oh, that's loud again. So you see, around the feathers, like especially around the tail feathers here, they got like all these little patterning here, all the peacock patterns. That's what I need to do next. What else? Need to do the lighter gradients on the tail. Again, you can see the feather patterns on the rear there. That's what I need to do next. But I think what I'm going to do before that is all the gradients on the blue. Just make the blue markings pop out a little bit more. Yeah, Somi, what nightmare did you have? Okay then, so let's get started with that then. Nope, before I get started on that, I just remembered something. Before I do anything, I need to import all of my alphas. I wish I could set a way that it would keep all my alphas every time I load ZBrush. I know ways that you can do that, but it doesn't work. It works for like other things, like materials, like textures and such. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't work on this. I can't import, I can't keep like a library of alphas always loaded. Bit annoying really, but at the same time, not the worst. And that loaded, good. Close that, let's just save it so it's got in the right directory. Somi, you had a nightmare about getting a computer virus that turned everything on your desktop into Shrek while a demonic version of Smash Mouth's All-Stars was playing. Somi? That's bizarre. Hello Rage, good morning. Sorry I'm not playing Ark today, Structures Plus nuked the server. So I can't play Ark today, but I plan on getting back on it tomorrow. Yeah, for those of you guys who didn't know this actually, so Structures Plus has been doing a lot of updates recently, and today's one has actually made it so that we can't connect to the servers. Like, all servers are down right now. So, and I can't stream for long today anyway, so I figured, alright, let's just do a bit of drawing. Yeah, Somi, that's a very, very strange stream, my friends. I mean, I know you're a very strange person, but that's still a very strange stream. And I agree, Guy, right? I agree. I get why people get angry when Structures Plus has these issues, because it's such a core mod that everyone uses. I can understand the frustration. I mean, I'm a little bit frustrated too. But at the same time though, just wanted to play. Right then, let me see. Well, hello there, Bluetail. Welcome. Can I might have to do this on lower resolution actually, if I just do that. There we go. More like a high resolution. Thank you, Somi. Yes, I spent a lot of time on the markings last night. They're a bit blurry right now because I just lowered the resolution. That way I get a bit less lag. But yeah, I really tried to make this crisp. So I'm glad. I'm really, really glad that people like it. I'm very, very glad it paid off. Right, just doing a whole bit of lighter markings here and there. In fact, what I really need to do then is, because it's so gosh darn laggy, is cut it apart. There you go. And then let me just make that a lot darker, a bit more richer maybe. So yeah, aside from brain fog and broken servers, how is everyone doing today? And weird Shrek dreams. That is really, really odd, Somi. Like, I love you, but that's really strange. Oh dear, oh dear. Hello, Dracky. Welcome. It's either 10 things that fuck up is dangerous, or probably one of the apex predators out in the world, or plant life evolved being blue. Oh no, yeah, Guy, it's an apex predator, I believe, this creature. Yeah, I do believe it's meant to be like one of the apex predators. It's definitely alien. Like, that was one of the defining things about it, is that this is some kind of alien dragon. Or dragon-like creature. And its rider is also alien. It's interesting actually, because whereas this one's like very reptilian, so it's got a lot of scales and a bit of feathers, the rider, which is another alien creature, is very bird-like, very feathery. And hello Dracky, how are you doing today? Somi, so the layers, there are no layers in ZBrush. Well, there's model layers, like subtools as they call it. But when it comes to colors, it's all just one great big layer. So I'm masking everything. Thankfully, I now know how to mask like giant portions at a time. I used to not be able to do that, and that meant I had to do everything absolutely manually, and it was really, really painful. But nowadays, yeah, I've got like a bit of a better chance of doing it. So, for example, like this, if I just zoom in on frame and get an auto mask for that, it is so convenient. Because ZBrush, like, just so you guys are aware, as great as ZBrush is, it is not good for coloring. I shouldn't be doing it this way. If I wanted to have like really, really perfect textures, I should be doing a Substance Painter, which is an entirely different 3D software. Well, it's like 3D texturing software. Imagine, for example, like you do the drawing. You're like, imagine like this, for example. You draw something in paper, you make it absolutely immaculate in paper, and then you digitalize it to color it. That's kind of like what it is making a model in ZBrush and moving to Substance Painter. Is that you're making the model, and then you do all the textures. That includes all the bump mapping, everything else. But there's a reason why I'm not doing that yet. It's because there's an entire additional step in between that I don't know how to do. I will one day, I will. I just can't do it yet. I need to learn. But thankfully, I am learning more and more about texturing in ZBrush and how to make my life easier, and therefore faster. Yeah, the design of the heads did change. Originally, Queen did want like this big xenomorph kind of shaped head, didn't she? But when her and Somi like had a good chat and design over the concept, they changed it to this interesting looking design. Use Sculpt GL, the MS Paint or 3D modeling programs. Other people can use that. I can use ZBrush. I've got ZBrush already, so I'll stick to this. But no, that's actually a really good idea though. Like maybe for other people, since ZBrush does, you know, cost a fortune. Loki, hello Loki. Substance Painter is pretty easy to do once you know the basics. True, yeah. The part that gets me is retopology. That's the part. You know, that great big, absolutely massive giant middleman I've got to do in between. I have played with Substance Painter before, and yeah, it does seem very intuitive. It seems quite easy to follow, which is fantastic. I just need to now make models compatible with it, which again is something I am very keen on learning, because if I want to make like, let's say one day in the future I want to do creature models for Ark. Yeah, exactly, Toho. Let's say one day I want to make custom creature models for Ark. I need to learn the entire pipeline, and that involves retopology, which everyone knows is the most fun part in the world. How would you describe retopology? Right, let's go with my paper drawing example again. Let's say you've got this great big beautiful paper drawing, and let's say you're now going to digitalize it in colour. But before you do that, right, imagine first, before you make it all nice and colourful, you're going to have all the outlines. You're going to like really, really define all the outlines. But now imagine that instead of just like a regular line art, imagine a line art is extremely thin and intricate. So I'm sure a lot of you guys can imagine, like those of you who do drawings, I'm sure you can all imagine just how long and how precise and how tedious that takes. That is retopology. You're essentially creating the frames. You could argue you're creating a very, very intricate 3D outline or line out of the drawing. And it's, yeah, it's tedious. I know all about it, I just don't know how to do it yet. Like, as in how to functionally do it in Blender, I don't know the commands. I know the theory, though. I know the idea and why you do it. Rosie. That burns giant spirals underground. It's got huge wings and big horns. It reminds me of a Half-Toon Dragon one. I'm trying to remember what that reminds you of. That's interesting. Typhoon Meringue? Is it a Typhoon Meringue? Hold on, give me a sec. Oh yeah, I can kind of see that actually. Just in the head shape mainly. Hold on. Oh, go away, internet. Never mind. Yeah, I can see what you're saying actually. It takes unnaturally long, and I wish there was a more easy way to do it. Yeah, true. There are I do know of like programs that do it automatic or like do it auto-generatedly. That's great English. You can tell I slept funny last night. There are programs that auto-generate UVs and retopology and such, but I guess that's the thing though, isn't it? Is that when you auto-generate it, it's always got that risk and normally a pretty likely chance of it just being weird. Like it doesn't really come out optimized. It's a type of thing that you're better off doing it manually. That way you can optimize it as well as you want. Like, especially taking animation into account, then you really had to do it and optimize it. Give me a second. Hello, there we go. How frequent do I get commissions? I'd say about, it can vary. I get commissions, I guess anywhere from like one every couple of months to once per month. I don't get very many. Except for when I first got this one, I had like 7 all in one go, that was crazy. But otherwise, yeah, I don't really get very many, to be honest. I understand why though, I do charge a lot. But hey, it means that when I do get them, I can spend a lot of time on them, like this bloody wanker. This thing is taking so long. Hello, Mihal. And Jenna. Welcome, both of you. One second, have a bit more of my tea before I do some more. I think, what will I do next? I carry with all the blue gradients, and I'll do that on the feathers as well. Just make everything nice and consistent. Thank you, Polar. And Mihal, your head still hurts. That's not good. Oh, man. God, that was a damn good cup of tea. I think I just like had the entire thing in like 5 minutes. Rosie, in regards to the TV shows, right, on with How to Train Your Dragon, I do agree, like, they are quite boring at first. At least, in my opinion, they do pick up quite a bit. The one thing I noticed with the TV shows of How to Train Your Dragon is that at first, it starts off, like, you can see it at first, right, it's very low budget, you know? You can really notice that it's not got the same movie quality, it's like a bit just like, eh. But it really picks up. And as the animation budget picks up, so does the story. Everything does get pretty interesting. No, Sommy, I've actually I've scrapped the scrap one entirely. The reason why I scrapped it in the end was because since there was just such a tremendous redesign, it would have been way too much work to have changed it to look like your one. But also, honestly, I just wasn't happy with it. I've never scrapped a commission before, but I think because the way Queen's 1 started, it was very, very experimental from the beginning, wasn't it? It was extremely experimental. And after like a couple of months of like you guys planning it and me working the other commissions meanwhile, I just realised I really didn't like it. So I was actually quite willing to scrap it myself. And mate, feel free for the questions, like it's honestly no problem at all. And thank you, I'm glad. I learnt the feather technique actually, I just randomly picked it up from EXO, from Annie's commission. I use a fur brush to get the feathers. A lot of masking and I think it really looks nice. Let's see, let's just make those all a bit darker. I get like a full sense of shadowing, so I think it just makes it look a bit richer. You don't always want to do like full shadows in 3D models because it being 3D means it will have its own shadows after a while. Like it will just generate when you render it. But I do feel like that sometimes when you add a bit of false shadowing like this, or like full shading, it does make the shadows themselves when it renders just pop out a little bit more. It's subtle, but I like it. I'll be thrilled if you get the chance to do feather wings. Yes, that's going to be mental if I get a chance. Wandering Arsonist, thank you for the follow and welcome. And hey Meg, it's great. So I'm just obviously staring at my screen, right? And I just see in my peripheral the great big highlighted message. I thought to myself, is that Mag? I looked. Yep, that's Mag. Welcome, man. I saw on the other side as well, actually. And yeah, exactly has. And yeah, Jenna, I gotta say, right, when it came to the TV show, probably my favourite part of the TV show were the twins. Because the twins in the movies, they're already quite funny, right? The twins are funny. But in the series, you just see so much more of them, and they're bloody hilarious. I love just them. They're really, really good characters in the series or the TV shows, and I wish that a bit more of them was, like, a bit more of that personality was portrayed in the movies. Mihal, I'm glad to hear it's not that bad then, that's good. Mag, doing very well, thank you, my dear. My dude? Oh, fuck it, my dear. You are my dear. Doing very well, thank you. How about yourself? True, Heather is pretty great, actually. I do agree with that. Jackie, talk about How to Train Your Dragon. As someone said that the head on this reminded them of the Typhon Meringue, and we just started talking about the show. Oh, Sommy, I hope the shaking ends soon. Right, so right now I'm doing the shading very, very lightly, because what part I'm doing right is that, so I'm just outlining it for now, and when I've got all the outlines in place, I do plan on removing the shadows entirely, as in like all the changing material, making it completely flat, which we'll see in a moment. It'll look like a 2D drawing. But I plan on emphasizing the shadows in, which again, like I said earlier, just makes everything just look a bit visually richer. You never really got into How to Train Your Dragon. That's entirely fair. I will say, with How to Train Your Dragon, as much as I really, really love the franchise, like both the TV shows and the movies, I really, really like it. But it did also get that fandom treatment, didn't it? Like, it's a lot of people obsessed over it hard. And I don't know about you guys, but that always just gives me like a bit of a you know, kind of feeling. So I can definitely understand why some people didn't get into it. Why, hello there, Glass. Right, let's remove the shadows. There we go, so now you can see the outlines nice and clearly. Let me just change my alpha to that one. Make that really pinpoint, and now I can really go nuts on this. I'm gonna do it this way actually. Let's do that. Let's make that really nice and dark like that. I'll do that. And that one's darker. So if I do that and make that one really pinpoint. That's not doing what I want to do though. Probably because I'm lazy step. Oh god, if I reduce that. There we go. God, it's almost like I know how to use this program nowadays. I've just like suddenly learned so much more about ZBrush recently. And how to like really fine tune the settings exactly like how I want. The Aussies are fighting! Oh no! Hey, good, Glass. I'm really glad that you've enjoyed yourself. Oh god, Glass, I can't wait to see that. Hello, Queen, welcome. Don't worry, you're only slightly late. I've not been on for long. I've had a very late start to the stream today. I like the design behind the Shadow Wing. It acts like a bomber plane. It's inventing the world. A low-key fangirl of that design. don't fully remember that. I've only seen the shows once. I'm thinking about watching them again soon. I watched them all like a long time ago. Right, there we go. That's one set done. And you'll see that when this is got the shadows again, all the little highlights in between will just look much more bold, I guess. Set that up. There we go. Welcome back, zombie. What's up with all of you like just smashing doors today, man? God, you better be paying for all the smashed doors, you guys. Fuck. Hey Mag, there's actually like 3 or 4 different shows of How to Train Dragon. Like, if any of you guys ever feel like, watching these shows, do yourselves a favor and look it up online first, what order to watch them in, because there's a lot of shows. Some of them happen like after the first movie, but before the second. Some happen. Actually, no, they all happen before the second movie. Actually, now I think about it. Yeah, Mihal, I saw, man, I saw. Yes, Arc servers are completely down, unfortunately. I've turned my servers off for now, that way, if anyone's got like anything taming or there's like just anything happening at all, I've turned the servers off so that everything gets protected, because let's face it, right, as soon as S Plus gets updated again, I have to reboot the servers anyway, so they may as well be turned off. Yeah, Queen, currently, yeah. Stop smashing the doors! You can join for 30 minutes? Ouch. Yeah, I tried earlier when I read Yumi how that you couldn't connect, and so Saga said, I tried myself, and yep, immediately got disconnected. Couldn't join. Right then, there we go then. That's all that done. I'll just make it all a bit bigger. I'll just make that a little bit wider. There we go. And on the other side as well, just darken all that up a little bit. And now, if I set that to, so if we have a look at that then, set that back to the regular material. Yeah, see, that just looks so much more richer now than it did earlier. Like, you can't even see the majority of markings I just put in, now it just looks deeper. Looks more vibrant. And that's why I do that. Okay, yeah, that looks fantastic from distance. That looks really, really nice. Okay. What are you lot doing? Mag, why are you eating doors? You are all special. I hope you guys know that. You are all absolutely special. Let me quickly merge these two together. There we go, Pog. Oh, no. Come on, right about there. Controlling this community is like herding a bunch of rabid cats, I feel. Sometimes. You see, right? I've learned that sometimes just let you guys get out of your systems. Which, to be fair, though, I'm completely fine with. Like, it's funny to watch the chat. I'm a bit slow today, as you've probably noticed. So I am more than happy to watch just you guys go absolutely insane. Obviously, as long as you don't spurg out. Which you're not so far, thankfully. Right, and we'll do the same again on the other side. Which should be a lot easier because I just draw better at this angle. Don't know why, but there you go. So I did yesterday in my desperate dress. Yeah, hold on, sorry. Queen, let me read what you're saying. Really, Queen? God damn. Is there like any, Oh, mate, Queen, try getting a fabled Mantis. I mean, obviously, yeah, it'll take a while. But, mate, go for a fabled one. What's better, to be born good, or to overcome your door destruction manner through great effort? That is a good question. I think the latter, to overcome your destructiveness. Or at least it makes for a more compelling or like a more interesting story. Yes, hydrate, guys, drink. Right, there we go, that should be about that. But what if you like flattening buildings? Well, I mean, you're that fat. I'm kidding. If that's what you want to do, you definitely can. You just, you know, might get in a little bit of trouble. Right then, let me just do that. There we go, that again looks really nice and rich. Oh wow, see, look at the difference between the feathers now. I guess the one on the left is a little bit too dark, but I can mix around the colours in a bit and just make it overall more vibrant. But you can really see the difference there, like just how the textured one just looks much more 3D. Kaiju, oh no! Ads. Stop. That is absolutely awful. Jesus Christ, dude. Let's get rid of those so I can see a little bit better. Oh, whoops. Sorry, camera spin. Happens every now and then. Okay, good. Will Smith Smith. Will Smith smithing Will Smith smithing Will Smith. Mag, I completely I think maybe he will actually. I think maybe Will Smith Will Smith. God, I cannot tongue twister today. Sometimes I am really good at tongue twisters. Today is not one of those days. Yes, maybe. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Let me think. Right, what I'll do then, for now then, is I'll just carry on darkening them as I am here, and I'll add some more vibrant shades to it in a bit. There we go. So right now some of that is looking a bit too dark, isn't it? But that is something I can easily rectify soon. Easily correct. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Exactly. I was trying to make a joke about smiting, and... Wait, what? No, Murphy. Murphy, ask me on a day where I can eloquate words properly. I'm very... I obviously don't mean to be. I'm very mumbly and slurring today. It's just... Today's not a good day for me. Ask me tomorrow. Please ask again later. Dracarvis, yes, actually, I do have Substance Painter, thanks to Glass. I have tried it, it's really, really good. The reason why I'm not using it is because I need to do retopology. These models I'm doing right now are like too high poly. I can't export them to Substance Painter. I've tried many times. So I need to do like a completely different form of modeling before I can do Substance Painter. But mate, it's it's big time one of my goals. In fact, saying that, since I keep on saying it's one of my goals, so my plan is, right, I've actually written this down on in Discord. One of my goals that I just have going on right now is I've got like a bunch of projects I need to finish, right? I've mentioned this many times. I've got a bunch of projects, such as these commissions, the ones for Queen. I need to finish 2 mega builds. I need to do 2 more sculpts for 2 other people. I need to do the adventure for Loki, which would be hilarious when that's done. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. When I've finished all these projects, which are promises that I've had for a very long time, like, for example, I owe PewDiePie a mega build for like 3 years now, which is too long, as you can imagine. Now that I'm not doing YouTube as much anymore, as soon as I can do all that, as soon as all my little projects are finished, I can then, as soon as my promises are fulfilled, that's when I can then finally start working on my own stuff. Like, one of my biggest issues of why I've not learned things like Substance Painter already, and mostly retopology, is just because I've always been doing videos, you know? All my free time's gone to videos. Now that's no longer a factor, I can finally fulfill promises I've had for a long time, and then actually put that free time into editing instead into learning. I'm really excited. Like I said, you know, I've now been saying for an extremely long time, they're not meant to be muted. No, hold on. It's just the bloody thing's stupid. I don't know why it does that every now and then. It gets like really delayed. I have to like do it myself. As I was gonna say before I say thank you, I was just gonna say so. Because I've been saying, you know, oh yeah, I'll learn it. I've been saying I'll learn these things for a long time now. I'm finally in a position where I can put the time into learning it. I finally had that free time in the first place. Mag, thank you for giving us up to Polar. Hey Polar, about bloody time, mate. Thank you very, very much, Mag. Always appreciated. And Queen, I am glad. I'm really glad that you're liking Shriek so far. I like how you gift her a sub and call her a wanker. Jesus. you a sub, congrats! Thank you very much, Meg. That's very kind of you. True, Kitsune, true. Plebs with your non-gold star badge. I know, right? Mate. Glass, I know what you mean. Like, look at me. Oh, wow. Good job, me. Even I have the gold star. Yeah. I get it for free, but still. Flex. Hey, Mag, and thank you for the gift of sub to Murphy. Congratulations, Murphy. Thank you again, man. Right then, let's make all of that just nice and lighter. Oh, see that? Doesn't that just look so much better? It's not finished. Since I have all the shades now I want to go ahead and just shade the tail feathers in. But God, does that just look like, compare the rear feathers to the tail feathers. And just how, like, a little bit of false shading can just really make it pop out. And I still got to do all the marking. Oh shit, sorry, I just smacked the microphone. Still got to do all the markings. Jakarvis, yeah, it's a thing on Twitch. Streamers are automatically subbed to themselves. That way they can have all their own emotes. So I'm not actually subbed to myself. It's just giving me a free sub to myself. And Mihal, enjoy your meal, dude. I'll see you soon. Right, so the tail actually has different colours, doesn't it? So in that case, let me just grab, let me see, let's grab that one there. In fact, no, I've got a better idea. Let me... No, was it poly paint? There it is. Let's just... Actually, no, I don't want to do that at all. I just want to make the entire thing just a bit more darker. How am I going to do that? Probably intensity? A bit more vibrant. I didn't do anything. Oh! No, didn't do anything. What if I do that? Do I want it like that? Let's compare that. That can work, yeah. So if I've got that then. And good, Queen. I'm glad to hear that. That's the thing about low rate arc, isn't it? Is that things do get like a bit, like they can get like a little bit frustrating and slow, but everything feels just like a lot more rewarding, doesn't it? Hello, Zakrin. Welcome, mate. Doing very well, thank you. How about yourself? Does your automatic sub count as a sub? No, it does not. I mean, it does in like a new subscriber list, but I'm pretty sure I don't get paid for it. I'd be very surprised if I did. That'd be quite fun if I actually got paid for it. Oh no, Rosie! Oh, welcome back, Guy. Wait, did I just read that right? You return with food-making hands. What? You can donate to yourself through Twitch. I think you can. Although you'd kind of be a little bit stupid too. But I think you technically can donate to yourself, yeah. Can you? I don't know about bits, actually. I don't think you can via bits. No, you can't, actually. No, okay, you can't do that. Like I said, you'd be stupid to try. But I guess, technically speaking, like, through a third-party website like Streamlabs, you know, what I use my donations, I could probably donate to myself, but that would be really dumb. all that would happen was I'd get a transaction fee, and I'd just lose money in the process, like, alright then. Was that really worthwhile? No. Thank you, Sammy. Try to get out of your food coma. Oh no. An expensive, non-rewarding pat on the back. Yes, exactly. What I can do, though, is I can actually force out, well, I was going to say I can push out fake notifications, like fake donation notifications, but I realise it's not really fake, though. It's more like testing. Because with Streamlabs, it allows you to test your sounds and such, which is, you know, obviously that way I know that the notifications are how I want it to be. So I could just, like, randomly push out the Godzilla one, for example, the 50 quid one, and just scare everyone. But that's silly. And Sammy, I'm really, really glad. Yeah, I'm glad, mate. Hold on, stretching. Oh my god, my back just cracked. Excuse me. I don't care if it's like a broken record. I really appreciate that. In fact, if you sound like a broken record, it means you really like it, and it means I've done that good of a job. So I'm happy to hear it. Thank you. Oh dear, sorry, that's a really big stretch. I'm a little bit lightheaded there. Let me get like a bit of a richer colour for that one, just slightly richer blue. Jacavas. Well, I mean, hey, if you guys want to be jump scared, that was a small one. Never mind. Well, there you go. Be jump scared. That's fake. Don't worry, that's a fake donation. You ever break your back in a silent classroom? No, because I've not been to class in about 10 years. Oh god, 10, it's already been nearly a decade since I went to school. That's depressing. I guess more like, 8 years? Yeah, 8 years. Wow. Then again, no, it's been a significantly better 8 years. So I'm quite happy about that. Not because of school, but just, you know, the reason why I ended up leaving school was to move out. And you know what? That is a decision I have never once regretted. At the start of the next month, you have a new Twitch Prime among your ranks. Wait, what? At the start of next month? Pog? Did you get rid of the meat sound? I just realised how wrong that sounds. Sorry. Yes, I did actually. I changed the meat sound in favour of the Arc Dino Roars. That way, you know, it would just be fun and scary during stream. Like if I'm in the middle of the Arc, right, and I hear like a Giga Roar, that would make me shit myself. Or a seagull. Whenever someone does a seagull sound, I genuinely get a bit tense. Because, honestly, screw seagulls in Arc. It works every day. It does, mate. It does. Hello, Peekaboo. Welcome, mate. I changed the meat sound only because, just me personally, I felt like, as great of a sub sound as it is, it felt like I was getting a little bit, familiar. We're getting used to it. I thought it'd be fun, like it's a more special, surprising thing. Peekaboo, thank you for gifting sub to Zachrin. Thank you very, very much, man. And Zachrin, congratulations. You never know. You never know. The meat sound might come back. In fact, I think I know the perfect time to bring it back. Even if it's just for one stream, I know what I'll do. I've got plans. I have plans. Whenever you try to type "Summy," your phone corrects it in all caps. Just change the sound so a last channel running and have the sound fade in. Oh god, true. Oh, Dracavas, that's actually very, very true. That'd be freaky. Well, the thing is, right, just so you're aware, there actually is a bit of a purpose as to the sounds I've chosen. So the seagull one just sounds like a seagull striking. You know, the sound they make when they're stealing things from you. So that's why that one gives me like a little bit of a little twinge of anxiety whenever I hear it. I'm like, oh, fucking seagull, I'm about to get my stuff taken from me. You know, it's annoying. The Rex roar. When a Rex aggroes to you, the first thing it will do is roar. It doesn't stomp. It just stops and roars at you, which is really crappy AI. But meaning when I hear that roar, it's going to sound like, oh no, something's attacking me. Now, Giga roars, Gigas don't do a roar when they attack at all in the wild. But it's loud and scary, it's startling. The sub-sound, the hats, I had the hats as a sub-sound because at the beginning of you know, the current Ark server, whenever we heard hats, it was terrifying. It was like just an omen of death. And you'd always hear it before you see one, hence why I made a sub-sound of the sound. So I'd hear it because I wouldn't know where it was. Just like the real ones. And then £50 is Godzilla, just because Godzilla's epic. You know. But I do like the idea, though, of having one stomping. I do think that's a good one. Pickapire, thank you for the gift of sub to Carrot Man. And Carrot Man, congratulations. Sai, yes, it was the one for Loki, that's correct. And Dino, true, mate, true. In regards to the seagulls and wyvern eggs, yeah. It is a pain that we have all experienced, isn't it? Oh, whoops. Yeah, Dracarvis, I agree. It is pretty silly, isn't it? Can you imagine if Ark enabled, like, ambush mechanics? Or if it programmed dinosaurs to have ambush mechanics? Like, take a raptor, right? Now, when a raptor comes charging at you, it's kind of scary, isn't it? At least, you know, if you're, like, at the beginning of a map. But you kind of, like, get used to it, and you just know what to do. But can you imagine if it was a thing where, like, again, using a raptor as an example, it will have like a burst of speed. So it will run around, it will detect you, maybe it will like crouch or something, like not anything complicated, maybe like crouch for like 5 seconds, charging up its speed, and then it will just yeet at you. That'd be awesome. I want to see a Rex do that. That'd be so cool if the game had like ambush mechanics or just sprinting. I know it has sprinting already, but I mean like, oh, the hell? What? Random alarm. How tired was I last night? Okay. Random. Anyway, it's my old YouTube alarm sound. Don't know why it's suddenly on, but okay then. Anyway. Anyway. Oh yeah, Dino, that'd be awesome. You know, actually saying that, you know what I really, really miss? Let me think. The flea mechanic, right, in the game? Now, I understand why the flea mechanic was added in, because it was really easy to cheese, wasn't it? Like, for example, if you just stood up on like a cliff or whatever, or just shooting down at a dino, and it never fled, that was obviously, you know, it was an easy way to cheese the fight. But nowadays, it feels really crappy when like something like a Rex just runs away from you. I wish instead of like, oh, you know what would be so cool? I just realised. Imagine. Wait, why is that screen there? There you go. Sorry, that was a mistake. As I was gonna say, imagine if in Ark, right, a enrage mechanic. I'm not saying like a Monster Hunter enrage mechanic. Well, well, kind of is actually. Imagine if for like apex predators like Giga, like Rex, like all the big ones. Imagine if, as you get to the last 10% of torpor, instead of it fleeing, or maybe it'll flee on like the last 10%, maybe like on the last 30% of torpor, it will enrage. It will suddenly do damage. Sorry, it will suddenly damage structures higher than it normally can. It will attack faster. It will hit harder, like just a little burst. Like imagine it thrashing, kind of a thing, and that will just make taming certain creatures just a bit more interesting, a bit more scary. That'd be so cool. Hello, Annie. Emily. Oh yeah, Carrot Man, that's right. Like I said, there's an issue of Structures Plus right now. So for any of you guys who are playing Ark, or who want to play Ark, if you use S+, the servers are currently broken. Sadly. So basically along the same vein as Monster Hunter. Yeah, pretty much. I realised it was basically the same thing. Oh dear. But that'd be really cool though, wouldn't it? It would just add like an extra dynamic to existing creatures. So Ark's Wild Islands are so boring that they literally just walk a bit then stop. They see something and they'll just charge and attack it. Yeah, exactly. It's really crap, isn't it? Actually, that reminds me. Crap, Loki, are you here still? Wasn't there a mod that you found a while ago that remapped AI? There was a mod, I think it was Loki. There's a mod that someone found a while ago that added herd mechanics in Ark. One thing that it did, for example, was, you know how like right now trikes, Triceratops were made neutral, like, or were, they defend their herds? There's a mod that like takes it to the next level. I can't remember exactly what it does, but I think it just has like all the Triceratopses like tend to wander together as a group. I think there might even be like baby ones around that they protect. I think predators as well, like predators brawl a bit more, so like Rexes will attack aloes, for example, or something like that. Oh god, I forgot about this mod. It's one I really wanted to try actually. I really wanted to try this mod out. In fact, one really key thing about it, now that I think about it, one really important aspect of the mod was that it changed taming. You can't just tame like a level 180 creature and call it a day. You'd have to like raise it. Not like not raising it like a wither egg, but you'd have to basically you could only tame low level creatures. You have to like empower them. You have to make them worth it. You can't just, you know, get a throwaway creature. I really cannot remember though. Was it not you, Loki? Oh god, who was it then? Maybe it was Draki who found it. Draki, are you still here? That's gonna bother me now. I'll see if I can find it in a moment when I'm satisfied with the feathers. I forgot about that mod. I really want to try that mod. I can't try it in the current servers because it might remap stuff. But when I'm like done with the current server cluster, I would not mind giving that mod a go one day. The biggest problem with Ark is that the creatures are basically treated as vehicles. Oh, that's a really good way of describing them. Yeah, they basically are vehicles, aren't they? Yeah, you're dead right. And that is really boring. Weren't trikes so stupid that they were incapable of living in herds? I remember hearing about that. Oh, maybe. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, wait, hold on. That sounds stupid. not what you said, Carrot Man. No, it just occurred to me. The concept of an animal being so stupid it can't live in a herd. Because herd mentality is like, isn't herd mentality one of the most primitive evolutionary traits? Like, just see your own species and stick to it. I don't really know much about it, but I struggle to believe of a creature being too stupid to be in a herd. I feel like being solitary is more like shows that a creature has more instinct than less. Because if you're on your own, you have to be a lot more. You have to be like a lot more aware. I don't know. I'm doing a very, very poor job of eloquating. I apologize. Welcome back, Meow. Peekaboo, true. I really want to do that, mate. There's so many things I want to do in Ark, but I'm really enjoying the current server though. Fuck. I mean, true, Meow. Yeah, that's true. There are some animals that are just basically dicks. You know, that they do just randomly attack each other. Okay. So much to do so little time, true. I mean, hey, at least it means I got plenty of Ark content to do. Do you guys remember how, like, when we first had the server up and running, as I was first getting back into Ark, after the Big Burnout, the Big Burnout, that sounds so dramatic. I was actually originally planning on coming back to Ark in the hardcore playthrough. But that's when Kev suggested I get a server running, because I saw that a couple people like Loki were starting to get the itch to play again as well. So that's when I made the servers instead. Like, I hosted the current Ark servers. And now I'm attached to them. So I'm not doing my challenge runs yet. I did still plan on doing the challenge runs though. Doing a hardcore, doing like a scuffed speed run. Oh, how's the underneath of the feathers actually? Quite flat. Hold on, let me just pause for a second. Another one of my problems of Ark is how stupidly long dinos can take to tame. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I agree, Dino. I do agree with that. There are some creatures, like, I do get it to a point, right? How, some creatures... How do I say this? Sorry, I'm doing a very bad job of talking today. There are some creatures where defending it is still a battle, like a Quetzal, for example. Everything aggroes to a Quetz, so you have to hope it lands in the right place. Also, other creatures like Therizino and Giga, they get such high torpor that you have to actually manage them, or mainly Therizino, not so much Giga. But saying that though, I do agree, the struggle and taming should be in the knocking it out process, not in the post-tame process. Like, waiting for like 11 hours on official is stupid. I completely agree. It does, doesn't it, Jenna? Oh, Kitsune, that's actually pretty interesting. You don't receive one-time tamings because the tame helper speeds up the process. Oh yeah, exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that, excuse me. I do like the whole kibble rework though. I do feel like the kibble rework has made getting a lot of these playing on lower rates a lot more sustainable. Give me a sec, or enjoyable. I really want to find that mod that we were just talking about earlier. As I said, it was a really, really cool mod that I think it must have been Draki then. If it wasn't Loki, then Draki found it. I won't look for too long though, don't worry. I'm just going to look for like a brief moment. Did I put it there? Ascension spawners? No, no, okay, none of that then. Right, so in that case, it must have been on Discord. So if I search the Ark general channel, what's a keyword? Give me a sec. Let's say I search up Structures Plus. Steam Community. Right, so if I search Steam Community on Discord, I might be able to find it. No, that didn't work. Did I pin it? No. This is gonna really, really bug me if I can't find this mod. I really want to know what this mod is. Don't worry, I'm not gonna search too long. The Big Burnout is a special arc event that happened some time ago when a large mass of survivors that initially lived on the arc called Ragnaros and some other arcs felt so bored from their lives that they decided to commit mass suicide and cause a mass extinction. Jesus Christ! Cheeky pie! What is Draki's name? Why can't I search for Draki on my server? I do like it, Pinkie Pie. It seemed awesome. Realism Plus. I'd be surprised if that was the name. No. That. Hey, Mag, thank you for the gift of subs to Mr. Cheeseman. And Mr. Cheeseman, welcome. And thank you very much as well. Thank you very much, my dude. Apologies, I will get back to drawing in just a moment. There's just something I really, really want to try find. But for some reason, I can't find any messages from Draki on Discord, so I guess it's broken today. Never mind then. Okay. I'll look for it after stream. Ah! And Mag, thank you for the gift of sub to Creature of Fiction. And Creature, congratulations. Right, yeah, I'll find the mod after the stream. Someone remind me afterwards. In fact, let me just write it down. Therapod, welcome. Let me see. Search for arc mod that changes AI. I will remember what that means. Okay, back to the drawing. So. Sai, I agree with that actually. I just seen what you said. It's cool. Is it actually Realism Plus? It seems such a generic name. Maybe it is this one then. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have that over there. Right, cool. I'm actually gonna have like a good proper look at that after the stream. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so what am I doing next with this? And Ale, welcome. Right, what am I doing next? I'm still just adding gradients right now. There's a lot more markings I can still do, a lot more patterns and such. But I'm still just focusing on the gradients. And I'm trying to think. I think I might actually be done in regards to gradients, now that I look at it. Because the feathers now all just look a lot better, don't they? Just look more rich and more vibrant. Hunted. Is it hunted? The Hunted. That does sound familiar. Yeah, that's the one actually. I vividly remember this part. Gone are the days when a survivor could merely beat an animal into submission and put harness and autonomous command. You must now start young, hatching dinosaurs from eggs carefully stolen from nests. And they now start at level 1. Yes, this is the one I was thinking of. But now I'm also interested in Realism Plus. Now I want to see what these both are. Oh wait, hold on. Realism Plus was resized creatures. Ew. Ew. I'll look at both of them though. Yeah, I'm gonna check these out after the stream. Thank you very, very much. And Mag, thank you as well. I feel like I'm forgetting something really important with this. What am I forgetting? I gotta do the markings on the feathers, but I'm leaving that to a little bit later. Does it have a totally accurate Spinosaurus? I swear to God, man, if it does. One thing I can do actually is just add some gradient to the claws and the spikes. Because right now they're just very flat. Like they're all just like a flat, ugly, dark colour. Let's just grab that gradient there, and let me just, all I really need to do, very simply, is that. Like, just giving it, giving the claws, or the spikes even though they're black spikes, just giving like a bit of a warmer texture, just gives it like a bit more depth, I find. Makes it look a little bit more natural, because right now it just looks like a very artificial black spike. Thank you very much, Pinkie Pie. I'm glad. Good. Yeah, I've definitely been going very all out on this one. I've been really trying my best to just make it Like, there's a lot of things, right? There's a lot of things when it comes to my models I kind of slack on, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Like feet. I hate doing feet and hands. But this time round, like those just examples, I've been trying to just do better. Also the scales, I can get like a little bit sloppy with my scales sometimes, again, trying to make it neater, and I think it's really paying off. Immersive Taming is a mod I've heard so much about, and I really need to actually sit down and play with it one day. For some reason, I'm just very jaded against it. I think it's just because of mod drama. I really do need to like actually experience it one day and see how exactly it works. Right, just some random little markings. Doesn't even have to be fully covered. Just little bits here and there. There we go. And so now it just looks less flat. She's got like a little bit, it's very subtle, but now she's got like a bit more gradient to it. I'll do the same things with the claws as well, or the black claws anyway. Do you charge by the hour when doing your commissions? I've heard it's something you should do when you do commissions. I do, yes. It varies a lot. If you're someone who works very long hours... Oh, actually, let me rephrase that. Regardless. Yes, I charge by the hour because my times can vary quite a lot. And I don't feel comfortable charging like a static price, because what if someone keeps on wanting more and more and more and more changes? It just adds more and more time. Then it doesn't become worth the time anymore, does it? Saying that, for my smaller commissions, I do charge like one single static price and that's it. But they're the ones that I know will only take like an hour or two. Pewdiepie, thank you for the gift stuff to Dino. And Dino, mate, congratulations. So this one, for example, this Queen's commission right here, this is like my biggest kind of commission. This is why this one's been so big and epic. It's because she's paid like absolute premium for this. And this is one that I definitely do charge by the hour for. But saying that, I do still try to be like efficient, you know. I try to be nice and not quick per se, but like I said, efficient. You know, I don't want to scam the poor woman. Yeah, £35 an hour for this one. My thoughts are that if you give something difficult, it should be paid fairly, as it will take up a large amount of time. Yes, true. So that's a dilemma, right? Is that any fair transaction, you should obviously, you know, be paid what you're worth. Absolutely. But then that's a tricky part. That's a tricky part about commissions, is that there's so many artists out there, and there's a lot of artists who don't really have a lot of self-worth, and we're going to be entirely truthful here, where they just undercut themselves, and therefore it gets harder for the bigger artists to really compete, because, you know, why pay a premium for this when you get, like, you know, 50% quality for 10% of the price, if that makes sense. By the way, not saying that, you know, I'm some incredible, amazing artist. It's just like an example. So what a lot of people do end up doing is a lot of people undercharge themselves to compete and to get more purchases, and as a result, you know, it's just not very good, is it? So try to find that balance in regards to a price that's affordable, but a price that's fair for you. Being fair for yourself, like, that's the most important part, because if you're making commissions and you're robbing your own profits, why are you doing commissions in the first place? It's not all about the money, but at the same time, why else are you doing them? You know, be reasonable to yourself, or be reasonable to your buyers as well. Queen, no. Glass, I would love to see that. You know, Glass, I've learned so much since I did your Glass character before. I would love to do one again. Did you say tricky fart? I probably accidentally did. I didn't mean to. Queen, I'm not gonna scam you. Shut up. Oh dear. Although this is taking a very long time, this model, but to be fair though, I think it's my most polished one so far. Like I said, I've been trying really hard to make this one like really special. What was that Zachrin said? Yeah, Zachrin, I agree with that. So right now, the spikes do look like they're randomly jutting out. I just need to do a lot of texture work on that to make it flow a bit better. This is what I really like about texturing, is that sometimes you can do a lot more with textures, like portray more information with textures than you can with just sculpting alone. That's why I love coloring so much. You can play so many tricks, and one such example is I plan to make the back spikes like flow a bit better and just look a bit more attached to the creature. Right now it doesn't, because I've not got around to it yet. I wish, but right now I'm strapped. When I get into a more financially stable... Oh yeah, of course, Glass. Oh, Glass, saying that, not to rush you, but in case you don't know or you've forgotten, as a patron you do get a discount. So, like I said, in case you weren't aware, it might be a bit more affordable than otherwise. Like you've been a Red Dragon for a long time now, haven't you? You've been at that for a very long time, so you should have a 20% discount on the per hour part. Yeah. Basically, in fact, to Dakrin as well, because I know you're also a big patron. The way it is for patrons that I've got to set up is that if you're at a certain tier for 5 consecutive months, which Glass I'm pretty sure you have been, then you get a discount, like an X amount of discount on the per hour portion. One sec, just changing all that up. Which is why I can afford to take a bit more time on Queen's ones, because she also has that discount. So I don't feel quite as horrifically guilty when it takes so long. You know, I still try, but it's a little bit, you know, better on my conscience. Art is still important. Oh, what to Somi what said? To Somi what said? Oh my god. Yeah, to what Somi said, art is a luxury, not a necessity. I do agree with that. I also agree with PewDiePie. It is important. But there are definitely people out there who do think of art as, you know, choosing beggars, is all I'm going to say. By the way, I'm very glad I've not had to experience that myself yet. And PewDiePie, PewDiePie, how long have you been at your tier for? Hold on, give me a sec. You've been tier long for like 5 months, yeah? If it's been 5 months, then yes, you qualify. If the reason why I'm going into a lot of details, I know that a lot of you did up your pledges recently, and this is why I'm describing it so much, because a lot of you did upgrade like a month or 2 ago, didn't you? If you have been like X amount of tier for like 5 months, but then you upgrade, you still inherit your previous tier. So like as an example, so like all you Red Dragons, if you were at Sunwyvern for 5 months and now you're a Red Dragon for 2 months, you still have the Sunwyvern discount. So you've kept that, because, you know, you're still technically pledging the consecutive amount, but now like the clock has started for you to start generating your Red Dragon discount. I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. Just ask me. If you want a commission, I'll give you all the information I can. Hello there, Sark. Welcome. Oh, one sec, just structure it. And since everyone is saying, and I appreciate, but I really do appreciate all the interest, I thank you sincerely, there are my rates. Not all of them are expensive, don't worry, some of them are actually quite reasonable. This one is the expensive one. So don't worry, they don't all cost as much as this. Of Auden Freeman, oh god. Thank you. Yeah, that's true, Glass. The reason why I wasn't sure, because I know that at one point you did, like Glass, I do remember that at one point you had to unsub for a while, didn't you? But that was ages ago though, so yeah, you definitely qualify then, hands down. You get a, I think it's 20% discount? Yeah. I'm like 90% sure you qualify. The reason why I keep saying qualify, by the way, is because I want to be fair. You know, as much as I would love to give certain people benefits, trust me, I would. I try to be extremely fair. Is there a way to check how long you were pledged? I don't actually know. I can check my email though. If I just like check when you first did your pledge, I can check like via that. I did do a Morgan Freeman. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I did do a Morgan Freeman head and spore. Right. Let's see. Now the claws look a bit less flat as well. Thank you, by the way, like, for all of your interest. It is really cool to know that a lot of people are keen on it. So I'm just thinking of what next to do. By the way, little tidbit. If anyone is thinking about it, moments like this where I pause, I've stopped recording, so I'm not timing it. So don't think that moments like this is, you know, being charged right now. I basically charge it based on the recording length. The joys of recording, man, it actually really comes in handy for this. PewDiePie. In that case, I'm gonna let that qualify. That's right. Zachary had the same issue as well, didn't he? I think you both had that issue. Well, was it an issue? Didn't you like actually cheekily time it? I can't remember. But if it's had like 5 payments or you've had like 5 charges, I'm gonna count that. Mag, have a wonderful day, mate. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you later. You did that on purpose, you cheeky sod. It counts then. Right. I think the next thing I'm gonna do on this, I don't know, Queen. Let me check that quickly. Give me a sec. Sorry, I just went brain dead. Let me check on the website. Bear in mind, Queen, I don't think you're currently pledged. Let me see, but let me just check the thing. Jakarta's, yeah, that's right. I charge a deposit and then per hour. The reason why I do that is because it's just like for myself to avoid me getting scammed, and for the buyer to give them like peace of mind that now that the deposit is in, I'm going to work on it. Like it's like a trust commitment thing. Saying that, you don't have to do deposits and charge by hour. It does make it a bit more complicated because you have to like balance the price. You know, you don't want to have like a giant deposit and a giant charge. That's, you know, that's just too much. But it's financially safer. I feel very, very safe doing commissions. Like I don't have any fear of getting scammed because of the way I do it. Let me see. Give me a second. Just trying to find Queen. So when did you pledge? It doesn't say. You know what? Give me a quick little second. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll just do that for a quick little second. That's correct, Therapod, yeah. I only charge by the hour for the bigger ones. Basically, I charge by the hour for the ones that take more than an hour. Sorry if I seem a bit focused on money right now. I'm just answering questions. I always get a bit paranoid. No, let's do the Dragon Queen. When did you get to 100? That was 3 months ago, Queen. Hold on. So if you take 7th, 8, 9, 10. That was 4 months ago. So you're not yet. You're right on the cusp. You're right. You're almost there, mate. Almost there. Almost there. Let me check. It did. Oh god, it did. Thank you. That did work, Queen. Thank you very, very much. I think roughly around. Oh wait, what was that? Glass? Oh yeah, Glass. That's right. You've yeah, you've done a lot over time. You've really done a lot over time. Some of you have actually. It's crazy. Queen, absolutely, mate. No worries about apologising. Thank you. And yeah, someway I get that entirely. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing flat numbers. Hold on, I'm just gonna get back to this now. There's nothing wrong with doing flat numbers. At the end of the day, right? Especially in your case, Sommi, if you're not relying it for finances, then you know, just do what you want, right? Just do what you want for your payments. I guess that's really what you could say about it in general, isn't it? Like I said, I do the hourly costs just to be safe, but it's by far not required for anyone. Let me just add like a bit more texture to these, make them all a little bit lighter. One day we'll just do a proper sculpt of the long boy. You know what? I'll do like a full-on like a legit Chinese dragon sculpt would be really, really cool. Oh, that'd take ages though. Like, be prepared. That'd take a long time. Oh, Queen. Yes, hold on. Show off the sculpt. Here you go. That is it so far. In fact, let me grab a different material so you can actually see the scales as well. That's a bit pale. What's a good material that shows off all the scales properly? I guess that one's a bit flat. That way you can see like all the detail properly. And the feathers. And then we go back to that one again, or that one. That's enough material. That really shows it off properly. But skin shade is like the best texture. Yeah, Soulmate is amazing. It is really cool. Mate, you made a badass design for this. You really did. And the markings, I need to enact revenge upon you one day for the markings. Oh my god, they took so long. But they look so cool now that they're done. There you go, there it is with the shadows enabled. So now it's like properly rendered. And then, awesome Queen, I'm glad she does. And Sagittarius, thank you. And Therapons, you guys are so sweet, thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. Right, what was I going to do next? Hello, Codes, welcome. Right, what I'm going to do next is just mask out the white as what I want to do, right? This might look a little bit strange, but I just want to add like a bit of pinks and such. Not pinks per se, but like just different hues, just to like make it look not quite as, you know, pale white. This, like, don't worry, you know, don't panic about ruining the white at all, but this is like a bit of a thing I've noticed a lot of creatures. Like, if you look at like any real creature, no animal in existence has like any pure color. They always have like different hues and shades. Maybe in existence was a bit of an exaggeration, but there's a lot of like random shades to a lot of animals. And I feel like that when you do that, like little bits of pinks, little bits of greens, little bits of blues, really, really subtle, really, really pale, but it really just adds, you know, like a bit of an extra dynamic. It makes things pop out just a little bit more. Like all the pinks here just give it like a bit of warmth. Yeah, like a bit of an iridescent look, yeah. And in my opinion, it just makes it look a bit more like an organism. It makes it look alive when you do that. Am I the only one who wants to see this in a variety of colours? I do as well, actually. I think Queen was thinking about doing different colours of this. This is remarkably chill music. Let's see, just a bit of pink around there, a little bit of pink around there, a little bit around here. Super duper subtle. In fact, it might even show better like this. Yeah, there you go. Now you can just see like a bit of the gradients a little bit more. In fact, you know, I just remembered. I saw the lower resolution. Yeah, this is only I've got like 3 levels of resolution on this, on the detail of the body. And we're only on resolution 2, so this isn't even completely high def. It will be, of course, it will be. But this just reduces lag if I do that. At least when I'm doing like big, large, blurry shades. There's a little bit of blue around the back. And I did learn a really, really cool trick in ZBrush recently. And it is one I am so, so happy to know of. Hold on. Okay, good. So, you know how... Right. Look at crocodiles. You know how when you look at a crocodile, or any other reptile for that matter, all their scales are outlined, right? I did that once in a model, in a commission. And it looked fantastic. It really just made it look so much more realistic, but it took forever because I did it manually. I found a way that I can just colour in the outline of scales, just like with a single brushstroke, which I will be doing for this. I won't be doing it a lot, because obviously I don't want there to be like, you know, a ton of black outlines on this, but it's going to like give it just a bit more depth. In fact, you can see I've done it subtly in the face. And how it just brings it out just a little bit more, like especially around the horns. How just like you can see the blue. I've not done it on the blue yet, but like on the black underneath, it just makes it pop out a bit more. And I'm just so happy I have like a more efficient way of doing it. It was such a pain before. Right, let's do a bit of blue to the tail. In fact, let's do a bit of purple to the tail. Really subtle purple. One thing to remember is that a lot of pink and reddish hues in animals' skin specifically are due to subsurface scattering. Oh yeah, true. Also, bounce lighting. Bounce lighting is something I've learned to appreciate a lot thanks to Somnia recently. A bit of bounce lighting can really make things pop out even more, like especially around the eyes. I might do that on Shriek. Like if Queen wants like a glowing texture, I could do that on Shriek. You actually called it Shrek. Wow. Poor Queen. Oh, whoops. And maybe a bit of yellow as well, a bit of gold. Yeah, like I said before, texturing is by far my favourite part of a model. It's just, there's just so much you can do. You can keep on adding just more and more and more, like really subtle things, and it just makes it pop every single time you do it. I love texturing. Yeah, I will add some hues on the black as well. There we go. So now the white just doesn't look quite as flat and cold anymore. Now it looks a little bit more lively, doesn't it? It's really subtle, but it just makes it look a bit better. Right, on the blacks. Oh, that was a mistake. Let's try that again. Yep, on the blacks, I'll make it a mask. Cool. Let me see. Now on that, I'll use like probably like greys and browns. Maybe a bit of red. In fact, for this one, I'm actually going to go and grab some alphas, like maybe that one. And especially, in fact, because this is a much more subtle thing, we're going to have it in high def. There we go, so now the scales and markings can look even more crisp now. It gets Untitled Commission for now, thanks to the mod breaking thing, so you might as well do work on the reference sheet for Noodle. Do it, Ale, do it! I have to admit, I'm a little bit glad that we can't play Ark today, because, not gonna lie, I just really was not in an Ark mood today. I think it's because I had to start the stream so late, and I knew that, you know, so I have to start, I have to end streams early on Wednesdays so that way I can get ready for my WoW raid. And because I was starting late today, it would have meant it was going to be like a really short stream, and I wasn't looking forward to playing Ark in like, what, 2 hours? So I'm actually really glad. Right, let's have all of this bit on the tail, just like a bit more muddy. Hold on, let me just try something quickly. No, okay. Yeah, it's quite convenient, wasn't it? Like, thanks, Zachary, you what, mate? Why didn't I get a sound for that? Hold on. What did you just do? Huh. Well, shit. It's all good, get on with your day. Alright then. Yeah, okay. Okay, mate. Consider it as a joke, pledge. Jesus Christ. Well, thank you. I am really surprised and was always, but thank you, man. Fucking hell. Now I really gotta give it an icon, don't I? Jesus. Thank you. Support, you never heard of it. I know, right? Wait, but no, that came out wrong. No! Damn you, fiction! Thank you, Zachary. That's gonna help tremendously. And by the way, can I just say, looking at that, so as I just went to just like make sure I saw that properly, I went to quickly check the just Patreon in general. That just made up for a new tier. No, not new tier. A goal. But fuck, I need to shit. Damn it, now I need to do that goal. Right. We're Patreon raffles now. When I finish this, of course, it's, you know, it's a priority. Yeah, that just unlocks Patreon raffles. Shit. That's gonna be fun. I will do that, or prepare for that once I'm done with this. I need to, yeah, mate, yes, that's right, Kitson, you need to shit. Do you? Sorry, I'm not speaking very clearly. I was already having a slow day and now I feel even slower. But thank you. Yeah, no, that was actually a, it's on Patreon. I don't really advertise this enough. I'm really bad at advertisement in general. But on Patreon, I've got, like a bunch of little goals and such. The first goal was obviously, you know, rent, which thankfully is wonderfully met. What was it? The first goal was rent. The second goal, I can't remember what it was. The third goal, which was a big one, was raffles. Like little, ZBrush raffles. So now that one's just been fulfilled. I need to plan that now. Damn it, I wasn't expecting that to be done already, or, you know, redeemable. And the third one's a surprise. Or fourth one. Let me just quickly do those markings on the head as well. There he goes. You can actually feel Ale going out and looking for it. Like you can feel the copy paste on the keyboard, like Control C, Control V. You can feel it happening. Fiction, thank you, Fiction. Yeah, exactly. Like the dusty text you just mentioned. So that is a thing. Like that's an issue. I wouldn't really say an issue. More like a learning curve, right? That's the thing that I've been learning a lot recently. Of like with the way I texture things is that just adding like a bit of mud, a bit of impurities. It might look a little bit ugly, just a little bit, but it makes the creature look so much more alive. Whereas in the past, I've always had like, you know, really pristine colored things, like the colors were really smooth and really polished and really like pure, and the creature just looks really fake. So this is something I've been picking up on lately, is just adding like lots of little blurs and smudges. Because you can't really see it when it's rendered, but you feel it, if that makes sense. Like you really feel the yeah, that's right. Like it normally looks like a figurine, but now it actually looks like an organism. Zachrin. My head is rolling, dude. Thank you. That's the reason why you don't do clean line art, or you don't clean up your line art. I wish I didn't. I'm just not very confident in 2D, which is funny considering how much how this is technically like a 2D drawing right now without the shadows. I always struggle when it comes to doing line arts and such. I wish I cared more about my sketches, but I've got no confidence in my sketches either. Don't forget wild animals don't have a ton of scars. Exactly, yes. I probably won't be doing scars because that's, you know, that's Queen's call. But little things like what I've done in the past, I do like little dots and spotches. They're really, really tiny. But it's again like the kind of thing that, you know, you don't really see it, but you feel it. In fact, I can give you an example in a moment. Let me just finish what I'm currently doing. Now you need new artwork. I do, Zachary. Now I've got two of you. I really, really do. Right then, let me just pause for a second then. So in fact, the whole thing that I learned about impurities was from, that's the wrong page, sorry. It was from this model. Here you go. When I tried my little realism test, you see how like there's just scratches, there's bumps all over the place? Like especially on the white one here without the patterns, you can still see like all these little bumps here. I learned from this model that just having like just random colours and spotches like really adds so much. I probably won't be going, you know, this heavy on it, on Shriek, but it's like, it's an example. The only time you clean them up is when it fits a style, like the merch designs. Oh yeah, Tommy, that's fair. I like the organic messy look as well in sketches. I struggle with it myself, but I do really like it. Let's see, let's get a bit of a greyish blue for the blacks. Like maybe especially just where the grey transitions into the white. I think that'd be nice to have a bit of a blue. Bit up there as well. Some of the arts I'm most proud of has sketchy metal lines, just a feel to it that is much nicer than the cleaned line artwork. Yeah, exactly. It's annoying, right? Now that I think about it, because I keep saying about how I really like the sketchy, messy look, but whenever I draw like in a very vector kind of style. And I like my vector style, but then it's like, oh crap, now I've got to have cleanness to it, don't I? You can't do rough vector, that makes no sense. Oh yeah, Dracarvus, I agree with that. Yeah, I can see that actually. That's actually a very good point. Yeah, a lot of paleo art as well, they always feel very pristine, don't they? The models, like, oh, sorry, the designs of the creatures always feel like they're, you know, they're like adult newborns, so that makes sense, where they have no scars at all. They've got like the impurities and imperfections of like the texture in their scales or the pigment, but they don't really have anything else, do they? Let's see, now it's going to be the red to just muddy up the black a little bit more. I think I'm going going to keep the blue vibrant. I like the blue being vibrant as it is. I say that as I do like a bunch of marks on it. Dancers were secretly runaway models, according to Paleoart. Hold on, give me a sec. Sorry, Kev's messaging me. There we go. It turns out that the login servers in WoW are full right now. So you know how I normally have my raid today? There's a chance that we might not even be able to log in. It was Shadowlands pre-patch day yesterday. And apparently there's a lot more people playing. Yeah, Queen, I completely agree with that. It does feel like a bit like a butterfly, doesn't it? Right. I've added all those impurities. Let's see how that looks like then with shadows. Ah, you see, like I said, you can't see it, but you can feel it. You can just feel that now it's no longer like a pure white. What? A pure bright white. Now it actually looks like a bit more like skin, doesn't it? Not quite skin, but like a scales. Let's do my new favorite part, my new favorite thing, and that is cavity mask. Yeah, that's a really good way of describing. Yeah, it's not like porcelain. Exactly. Let's see. Now I just want to add like a little bit of very, very subtle definition to the scales. You see, I was saying earlier about how it took me so long in the past to draw the outline of scales. Ah, now I can just paint it in and it makes me so happy. Look at that! Hold on, am I at full resolution? I am. Look at that! So clean! Hold on, let me just show you like this way. So clean. So easy. So fast. So happy. Legit! The way I did this before would take me hours. Like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. You know, this is why I didn't do it for a reason. Now, paint it in. Paint it in. Whee! Let's get the shadows back on. Whee! Whee! Don't worry, I'm only slightly insane. I think I might have forgotten a purple-grey ochre colour on the stomach and the arms. Queen, I did see that, but I thought that was shadows. So, you know the reference we see right now as the example, how the wing spikes are like big and red? I remember someone telling me that that was just lighting, and I've seen that someone does that in a lot of their drawings, which adds like a lot of ambient lighting. So, is the stomach actually grey then? Because it looks like white shadows. It's an easy fix, but it's a little bit hard to, it's a bit tricky to, what's the word, decode. You looked at the flat ref, in the flat one. Oh, it is like, it is darker even. Oh, okay then, I thought that was shading. Or shadows. Okay, that's alright then. We can make it a little bit darker. So, just the entire underbelly. So it's the chest, the underbelly, and the arms. Okay. Will do. And a mission glow. I think it actually is. I don't know it very well. ZBrush rendering isn't very good. Normally, if you want to use rendering in ZBrush, you have to get like another program called, oh, what was it called? I can't remember the name. Keyshot, that's it. Normally, if you want to render ZBrush models, you got to do it in Keyshot. And that's where you get like all the proper effects and all the bounce lighting and everything like that. ZBrush's inbuilt renderer isn't that good in the grand scheme of things, but I can't afford a Keyshot. Well, I can afford it. I can't really justify the cost just yet. I think you can get some kind of light emission. I really should experiment with that sometime. To be fair, actually, side, that's a very good question. That is something I need to get better at in general as rendering, because like Kev and I had a discussion about this a while ago, right? Where even a really crappy model, it's like Spore, isn't it, right? Where in Spore, anatomy is everything. The details don't matter if you don't have good anatomy. It's kind of the same with models, where the model itself can be intricately beautiful, but if it's like a really bad render, it's just gonna look bad. Now, I don't think mine look bad, but mine look a little bit bland. You know, my renders are a little bit boring. I've been trying to experiment with that recently. I've not had a chance to show it off yet. But emission is something, like a bit of emission, a bit of film grain as well, like a bit of noise. Those are the kind of things that I find personally just make a render look a bit crisper, a bit better. I should learn to render in Blender, yes, although I fear what would happen if I imported a 37 million polygon model into Blender. I'm not sure if I could. Right then, I think that's a good bit of emphasis on the scales. If we're going to flat color, you can see what I've actually done. How all the scales here, just like, not all of them, but a lot of them just have like a lot of lowlights. And then I've done this and go into areas like this and just emphasize it a lot more. And then now even makes, oh, this is my favorite part actually, look at this. I can now make the feet just pop out and look so much more natural. Hold on, there you go, like that. You can just see like all the little outlines between these scales. Oh, I love that. That's something I've never, ever been able to do before. This is the first. I'm learning. Ah! Like, here's the thing, right? As much as I really, really love ZBrush, I'm just a hobbyist. I want to learn it professionally. I'm trying to, but I'm still just learning myself. And it's exciting. It's great when you get like really cool techniques like this. Queen, no worries, and I'll get that fixed for you as well. No worries at all. I'll see you later. Let's see. Let's make all of that there just a little bit brighter. Oh crap, sorry, I'm spinning the camera a lot, I don't mean to. It's because I'm playing about the edges of meshes, and that's why it keeps on spinning the cameras, because I'm not actually, you know, selecting it properly. I'm a bit quick. Is there remesh tools built into ZBrush so you can export a lower poly model just to render in Blender? Yeah, I think there is, yes, but I think they lose, like, they're not optimized, so you lose like a ton of information. I have experimented with that a little bit, not too much though, I'll be entirely honest. But you know how I was saying earlier, you know, I was having my little excited rant about how, when I'm finished with my promises and all my projects, I plan to learn all this stuff properly. That includes things like that, you know, actually, one of the things I really want to learn is Blender. And I want to, like, you know, get off my ass and finally do it once I finish my projects. I will. I look forward to it, man. It's gonna be really exciting. Mate, I want to animate! Sorry if I sound like a kid, I really want to animate, man! How cool would that be? Is that a side train? Is it? Maybe. It's, let me see. For me, the feet are that weird in between. I both dread drawing them, but they're very fun and enjoy drawing them. I hate drawing feet. I really don't like it. Let's see. Ooh, see now that I've done all that, I can actually go back and make parts of the parts of the mesh, or sorry, of the texture just a little bit lighter. So I've muddied everything. I can still make a few parts a bit more vibrant. You had an animation class 2 hours ago. Can you, like, oh, guys, can you imagine, like, some proper, well, it's like why I keep saying, you know, the Jowie mod for Ark. Can you imagine, like, an actual, alive, animating, breathing Jowie model? Wouldn't that just be so damn cool? Animating is just very time consuming, it requires some coding. I'm taking a computer programming course to prep you for animation. I actually did used to do a lot of 2D animation when I was younger. Like, I don't know the program, I think the program's like outdated now, but I did, when I was like 9, I used Macromedia Flash a lot. But I would love to try like 3D, oh my god, those scales, holy shit. I would love to do a lot of 3D animation. Sorry, I've legitimately never done this on a model before. I'm using a brand new technique I learned a couple of days ago. This is my first time putting it to use, so I'm very, very excited. It looks incredible. Oh, it looks so nice. My model has scales for the first time ever. It looks so good. That's not default Spore animations, yeah, exactly. You're the idiot who does animation using a 2D art program that with no animation tools. You just draw individual frame and then... Oh no, that's why I used to do it, yeah. That's what I used to do when I was younger, was like frame by frame. And also, I also used to do a lot of stop motion. I had like a little... mate, it's so cute looking back on it, man. I had this little funny stop motion camera. And I used to do like, I used to get like a little Play-Doh, or I used to get like a little dinosaur figurines and just do like little stop motion animations. Right, let's also just make a lot of these darker, because this is all like a little bit too light now, isn't it? No, unfortunately, this was years and years ago. I have absolutely do not have those animations anymore, sadly. That would have been really cool though. I'm pretty sure it was mostly just like, I will bet you anything, right, that the animations consisted of like a Rex, I'd say eating a trike, but more like just, you know, smacking the two little figurines together in stop motion and having the trike fall over. That's probably the extent of them. I was really young. Yeah, I do miss using Flash. I used to use it a lot when I was younger. I actually even got like a... I don't think I got a license. I can't remember. Maybe that was like a trial version a while ago. I'd say like about 5 years ago now. Where I went back and used it again. But yeah, I did just stop in the end. So I didn't really have much interest in it at the time. But I loved it as a kid. Oh, true, Somi. And Somi, have a wonderful day, and it was really good to see you. I'll see you later. And Ibora, welcome, mate. Doing very well, thank you. How about yourself? Oh, whoops, let me just reduce that to about there. Have a bit of a nice, very pale pink. Awoken by your assistant calling you? Oh no. Ah, that's one way to start the day, isn't it? Tell you what, actually, a bit of a funny story, right? Just a couple mornings ago, I think it was Monday morning. Yeah, this Monday morning. So I had a phone call at about 9 in the morning, right? The phone call, it was a scam number. And the phone call basically said something along the lines of, press 1, like, you have a tax fraud case under your name, press 1, or the police will come over and arrest you right now. It was really startling to hear that call first thing in the morning. I knew it was a scam though, so I obviously didn't press 1, I just hung up. But then immediately after I hung up, you know, half asleep, more like 3/4 asleep, thinking what the hell just happened, I then get another phone call after from a Amazon delivery asking for my address. And because I was so, you know, delirious, just waking up, I couldn't even answer. Like, a poor guy, man, he must have been really confused. I was just like, yes, that's me on the phone, and thankfully Kev heard. So he just rushed in, picked up the phone, gave the guy the instructions to find our door. It was not a fun way to wake up, I'll tell you that. Oh dear. Currently working into animate fashion school, you have to say that you're used to pixel animation drawings, so vector graphics is extremely annoying for you. Oh no! Yeah, bless Kev. Thankfully, it was a delivery that we were expecting. We actually bought a treadmill. We have an exercise bike upstairs, right? But the exercise bike, excuse me, is, you know, it's gotten quite old. The restriction in it doesn't really, or the, not restriction, resistance in the belt is long gone, so it just doesn't really feel like you're doing anything when you're on the bike. And I've gotten very fed up of like sitting around all day, so I bought a treadmill. Kind of needed, you know, it's good to be healthy, isn't it? So yeah, we were expecting that delivery Monday, so thankfully Kev knew exactly what the phone call was when he yeeted my phone. Like I said, very grateful. Why are you out here making delivery guys' days harder? Shame. I know, right? God, how dare I? You know, moments after getting a scam call saying I was about to be arrested. Right, what I want to do just quickly here... Oh, hold on. Sai. Ah, Sai, that'd be so cool. I'm just going to quickly darken the scales. I think we're kind of lacking that now. I've done like so much noise and mud and texture to the creature, and now the scales just look kind of muddy, don't they? So I want to add a bit of vibrancy to the black. There we go. Something I barely ever do, except I will do it occasionally, weekly after Christmas, because I'll be taking a oh, Dracava. That sounds really cool, actually. Make better luck on that. Yeah, let's just say that with COVID going on, like, it's funny really, because I always, you know, before COVID happened, I was still just at home all day, you know, like, I work from the computer, so I've just always been like sitting down all day, but especially during COVID now, I've just been very aware of it, that I've just been sat around constantly, and I really hate it. Like, I can feel, not to be, you know, exaggerative, but I can feel like a bit of atrophy in my legs, and I hate it. And like I said, the bike itself, because it doesn't have any resistance anymore, I don't get any, like, anything out of the bike, so I was hoping that a treadmill would be a good solution. Fingers crossed. I'm sick of sitting around all day. Let's go, just make those all there a bit darker. Just make all that a lot darker. And a bit around the scales as well, a bit around the blue, make that nice and vibrant. Oh, whoops, not there though. Use a standing desk. Well, that's the thing, I want to move. Yeah, I want to like get up and move and do things. But it's... This is going to sound very whiny, it's going to sound very immature, so apologies. I know like a lot of people just say, you know, oh, just go out for a walk. I really struggle to walk with that destination. Like, I'll happily go to the shop, I'll happily go walk to the supermarket. But I really struggle just to get out and walk for the sake of walking. I need a destination, which is why I don't do it. But if I can like get up, like my plan is, then we have the treadmill now we just gotta set it up. It's fucking heavy. We just gotta set it up, and my plan is that whenever I go on it, I'm just gonna like read a chapter from a book. That way I don't think about it, I'm just doing it, I don't worry about time or how long I'm taking, I'll just read the book and hopefully just improve that way. You're waiting for Christmas because one of your friends who will join... Oh, hold on. no. Oh, best luck to your friends, Dracarys. And Zachary, I was just thinking a bit more about standing desks. I don't know if you're joking or not, but the desk is a bit too low. Our desk right now is a bit too low, so I can't stand if I wanted to. I did actually the other day. I was really stiff, so I was just standing, playing WoW, and I was so hunched over, it just ended up becoming pain. Let's just make all that just a lot darker. Now, Queen did say that the underbelly was meant to be like an ochre grey, so I will have to fix that in a moment. I just want to make all of this a bit darker first, because it's all like a little bit greyish looking at the moment. You should go on walks in the forest. We don't have one nearby. I would love to. But we don't have, like, I live in the countryside. We don't really have any forests. We've got lots of fields. Lots of fields that smell like cow shit. When I was still living in London, we did live near, like, a giant park. And some of you probably heard of it, Bushy Park. I lived near there. And it did have, like, a great big little forest in it. And that was amazing to walk through. It really was. That's one of the things I took for granted when I was younger. I wish I could still do that now. One of those motorized desks that change height. Damn. We probably won't be looking into... In fact, no, I doubt we're going to look into replacing our desk until we move out. Because this house, it's... Well, at least the office that we have our computer desk in right now is a bit small. Which is okay, it's fine. But it means that we can't really just, you know, change desks whenever we want. But we do want to get, like, a bigger desk at some point. Like, just say generally a wider one. Right then. Let me just add a bit of black over here. Just grow a forest in your neighborhoods. Oh, mate. if only. Right then. No joke, I would love to... No joke, I would love to live next to a forest. Maybe not right next to one, but I'd like to be near one. Oh, whoops, sorry, spin. You sure Oliver would love that? And more space for him to spread out? Yeah, true. You live in a forest, overrated? I mean... I get that. To be fair though, what I really want is a garden. I've said that before though. What I really want more than anything else is just a garden. Just somewhere just to, like I said, these are the kind of things I really took for granted when I was younger, but things like, you know, being able to sit outside, being able to, you know, go walk to a park or whatever. I haven't got any of that here. And that's probably why I miss it so much and why I'd love to live next to a forest. It's just to have the option just to go out, you know, go out, chill, breathe some fresh air, sit down, read a book, draw a tree, whatever. Oh my god, the colours on this are so rich. I love them. Give me a sec. I've got a message from Kev on Discord. What's Kev saying? Oh, it's not Kev, it's Queen. Oh god, there's loads of pings on Discord. What the hell? One second. Sorry, I'm just reading Discord quickly. A bunch of WoW stuff's going on. I just need to quickly see if there's anything I need to worry about. Okay, all good. Right. I want to go full wild man and move to like northern Canada and live out in the middle of a forest in a log cabin. That I don't think I could do. I would happily like have a holiday or like a vacation in a log cabin, but I don't think I could live in one. I would go. The hell was that? Why is there a knife here? Ugh. There we go. Bloody Kev and his knives. I don't know how that fell over. Maybe there is a ghost, but a knife fell on the floor. Just like a little butter knife. No. I'm not sure what that was. It's fine, though. As I was going to say, yeah, I think I'd go crazy if I was to live in a cabin. Cabin fever, innit? It would be lovely to go out there, you know, though, to like go and have a vacation there or something. And Kitsune, 3D printer Jowie, I wish. Make a life-size Jowie sculpture and position it so that it's peeking into a window. Just get a crap out of anyone who passes by the window. Oh god damn it, Ayo, no. Right then. Yes, grades. I gotta do the grades now. Have I thought about getting a 3D printer? Vaguely. There was a reason why we didn't. I'm trying to remember. I think mostly we can't justify the cost. Like, if we... That's right, yeah, that's what it was. If we wanted to get a good 3D printer... Or sorry, let me rephrase. Start again. So. Excuse me. I did mention to Kev, like, we did have a little discussion about the possibility of getting a 3D printer. But Kev mentioned, and I agree with Kev on this, like, if we were to get one, we'd get a good one, you know, there's no point getting a cheap shit one. But then, if we get, like, a really good 3D printer, we can't really justify the cost of it. So, we have, like, loosely thought about it, but we're probably not going to. At least not for a long, long while. I want to be able to have, oh no, and also, bloody hell, I forgot the most important thing. Ventilation. We can't have one in this house. This house is too cramped. That's right, I forgot about that. We cannot have one in this house. Ventilation would be a huge, huge issue. So if I were to ever get a 3D printer, one, I'd like to have a lot more money, like faraway money by that point, and we'd need to have like an actual house. Let me just... Hold on. There we go. The 3D printing services, true. We did have one of those near us. I don't know how much they charge though. They didn't have it on the website, which is kind of annoying. Like we have like a local 3D printing thing somewhere. And hello, True Bro. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Oh, whoops. Okay, right now I'm just masking away everything. In fact, let me just crop the entire middle out. Like that. Good morning, Vinesh. Welcome. Okay, let's see then. I think the mask will probably end around there, won't it? More than likely. Ebora, don't let your memes stay dreams starting up the 3D printer fund. Thank you for 100 bits. Thank you. Yeah, now I'm remembering that is the reason why is haven't got the house for it, haven't got the ventilation for it, and we definitely don't have throwaway money yet. To be fair, right now we're saving up for a house. We're actually saving, or I am saving up for a deposit. Going decently. Right, let me think then for the white. Or for the grey, more like. Just suck up the plastic gas. Wait, what? Welcome back, Keith. Hello. Zachary, house fund gonna start somewhere. Thank you for 100 bits. Yes, house fund. Eat. This is a bit too dark of a shade, actually. I need a much lighter shade for this. I think that, now maybe like a little bit more purple. Like that, but a bit more grey. A lot more grey. No. That's more like it. Should I play modded Ark or modded Minecraft? Yes, both at the same time. I agree with that. Did I just do all that masking and I didn't even mask the black? That's annoying. Well, bugger. Let me just do that. Alt-tab. Yeah, just casually alt-tab in it. Oh, no, don't want to white that. There we go. Right, and how far does this stretch? It goes a little bit along the tail from what I can see. In fact, probably, yeah, down there. Hello, Master Dallas. Welcome, mate, and thank you very much. How are you doing today? Once the server is open again, I'll do some acro breeding to get a damn mutation. Mate, good luck. Yeah, hopefully the server can come back on soon. I've turned it off that way because people can't connect anyway. I've turned it off for the time being just so there's no risk of anyone like losing anything. Hopefully it comes back on soon. Oh shit, sorry, just smacked the microphone. Where's the rest of the colours? Is the white on the wings or the orca? Probably on the underbelly, yeah. You can't wait to finish your app base. Do it, Vinesh. Yeah, Master Dallas. So it turns out Structures Plus released a update. But I released an update probably today or last night, whatever. And it's made it so that people can't connect to servers. All servers everywhere are broken right now. So no one can connect. So just, you know, while we're waiting, or while that's happening even, I'm just turn down the servers so that way no one loses any progress or anything. Everything's okay. There we go. When we get that one, and we'll have the tolerance a little bit higher. There we go. Why can I get that over there as well? Is it because it's already masked? Yep, that's why. Whoops, that's my bad. Let's just try that again then. So let's just go ahead and mask all of that. Increase the tolerance. There we go. So this way I can only affect the white, not really anything else. I thought it's a pretty big issue to miss during an update. Yeah, true. The second, upon second thought, it's just like I need to do some taming. Oh, okay. And yeah, me too, Kitsune. I hope so too. Yeah, as you can imagine, there's a lot of very angry people right now when it comes to Ark. Imagine a panic in the devs room. Yeah, well, to be fair, the modder, Orion Sun, understandably, seems like a bit of a dick. And I actually emphasize with him on this one, because whenever, like, if he does anything to Structures Plus, anything at all, anything good, anything bad, there's like even the slightest little issue, people go ballistic and people go personal in the Steam comment section. So the guy's understandably a bit toxic whenever he updates his mod. I mean, on the one hand, I agree, you know, like, how could such a big issue like that get missed? But on the other hand, I mean, true, it is free. Yeah, true. Like, on the other hand, though, how do you, like, mess up that badly to make servers, you know, unconnectable? That's a bit of a, like, a bit of a yikes. True, Jenna, I agree. People do get, like, it's funny, really. In fact, it is quite funny, because whenever there's an issue of S+, people get so heated, they get so incredibly angry, right? They, like, frothing at the mouth. You should, like, check out the Steam discussion sometime. And the thing is, right, is that when that happens, you gotta sit down and ask, like, why are people getting so mad? Oh yeah, because it's a fantastic mod they can't live without. So what does being mad contribute? It's definitely a bit of irony to it, isn't there? Like, oh yeah, I'm really mad. Let me just take it out on the mod maker himself for the one mod you cannot live without. I'm sure that'll work flawlessly. It's no wonder why the poor guy is always so angry in his replies. Oh, let me just grab that texture again. That alpha, there we go. I mean, true Kitsune, I definitely get that. Yeah, I've not been using the hatchery either recently. Just better safe than sorry, isn't it? I'm just patiently not using it. I guess, then again, I guess it's easy for me though, because I've got like a new start on Aberration, so I guess it's easy for me to say that. But yeah, I've been avoiding using, like, or breeding in general. Hello, Mr. Cheeseman, welcome back. Oh no, the blop! Ouch! Well, welcome back as well. Okay, I hope that's the colour that she was referring to. I've added like a lot of purple at Queen's request. I'll say purple, it's more like a ochre grey, she calls it. I think I just need to make everything like a little bit blue, just ever so slightly blue. Awkward. No, sorry, orca, I meant to say. I apologise, I've been slurring quite a lot today. I'm having one of my off days. Although awkward grey works as well. That definitely works. Is that all of it? I think it is, yeah. Right then, so now I've got to spend some time and just outline these scales again, which is going to be a bit tricky, but doable. Right, what do I have here? That's the outline one. Okay, so I've got the outline one. Let me just add... I think I might highlight it. Yep, there we go. That'll look quite nice. Will it actually? Or if I darken it? Then it might be better actually if I darken the outlines. You kind of like the new item collector thing before all this mess happened, but I do agree there's a bit too much of one structure. Yeah, exactly. I liked it as well, but yeah, it was way too much for one condensed structure. Oh, nice one, Vinesh. Right then, now I've got all that done. Then we just also should go ahead and add some highlights to scales, make it a bit more pale. As right now, it's very white. Oh, sorry, very grey dark. Oh, damn it, it's doing that thing again. Hold on. There we go. Right. I think that's the, yeah, I think that's a grey to put in. It looks a bit too dark around the belly though. Nice one, Guy. Sweet. Yeah, I think if I should make all this here just a little bit lighter. Let me just actually just do it this way. I believe they're done in sutures from Arc Editions. We get a TLC after Grogu finishes the Woody Bracky. Ooh, I was watching the Ziff dossier last night, by the way. How the fuck is that guy so talented? He's a great modeler. Turns out he's a great 2D artist as well. The wanker. It looks really good, his dossier. And yeah, that's right. Garuka's doing a Woolly Brachiosaurus. I was a bit disappointed we didn't see that last night, because it sounds like such a goofy idea, and I can't wait to see how he pulls it off. Like, dude, it sounds meant like it sounds so strange, doesn't it? I really want to see how he does it. And yeah, Vinesh, I agree with that actually. Right, how's that coloration now? That's a bit better. Yeah, that's a lot better. How dare he hoard all the talent? Exactly, mate. God, imagine being talented, fucking person. How dare he? Right. Imagine being an artist. I know, right? Imagine drawing. Ugh, who even draws nowadays? Imagine drawing. Ha! Oh, sorry, stretching. I know, right? Imagine enjoying art. Aw, Janice. Imagine being a gamer. Oh shit, what just happened there? There we go. Ooh, that's a neat texture. In fact, for this, I just want to go ahead and make it flat so I can see exactly what I'm doing. In fact, better idea. What if I make that pitch black and do a gradient? Oh, Dallas, that's actually really quite cute. Hello, Oliver. Hello, the moon's smallest child. Welcome. And yes, Twitch. I actually stream a lot more often nowadays. So plenty of content, and thank you for the follow. And Oliver, get off my keyboard. Oh god, I'm being catted. Welcome and thank you. Oh, Oliver, you're adorable little twat. Give me a sec. Okay, Oliver. Do you want a cuddle? Do you want cuddles? Hello. Hello. He's trapped, and he looks so angry, but he's purring. Isn't that right, mate? Yeah, you look so angry. He doesn't like being touched, but he'll purr when he's being touched. Touched? What? Touched. Where did touched come from? Hello, mate. Okay, you can escape now. Wait, do you not want to escape? Are you actually happy? This is unusual. Hey, are you actually enjoying this? Dude, he hates being held. But he's actually being really passive. Hey, you look high. You look so high, cat. Oh, I'm not used to this. What the hell? Give me a moment. I'm just gonna cuddle him for a moment. I'll get back to the drawing in a sec. When I snuggle one of your cats, he'll try to escape while purring and kneading. Exactly. Like that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing of Oliver's. Like he wants attention. Like you can just tell in their mannerisms, can't you, when a cat wants attention? But as soon as we pick him up, he'll be trying to flee, he'll try and go away, but he'll also be purring at the same time. Oh, you look so happy. Well, I'm stuck. Oh, he's purring very quietly. He purrs secretly. He's, Oliver's 2 years old. 2, maybe 3 even? I think he's 2 years old now. So, he's in that phase where he can't show affection, you know? How dare he, you know, be loved? Terrible too, isn't it? Luna did that for a long time. Luna went for a couple of years. Yeah, teen, exactly. Luna had it for a couple of years where she was just miserable, like just a grumpy cat. But nowadays, like as of the last year now, she's been incredibly affectionate, and I can't wait for Oliver to do that. What's doing it now? Hello, mate. Oh, Saga. Okay, do you want to escape now? Yep, you're slowly escaping. You're like begrudgingly escaping. There you go. Get off my tablet. Hello. Get off my tablet. Get off. Thank you. And there he goes. Goodbye. They're everywhere. Okay then. back to the drawing, eh? It's an unexpected moment of cuddliness. Right, paint. When I'm gonna go eat dinner, alright then, Jacarvis, enjoy yourself. And I will see you soon. Saga, you're playing Ori for the first time, mate. You're gonna love it. Ori is such a good game. Man, I really want to play Ori again, but I've already played it though. Like, I've already experienced it all, but I want to play it again. Alright then, bye Nash. I'll see you later as well then. And enjoy. Right, do I need to do the back of the spikes, or did it carry over? I think it carried over on most of these. Yep, good. Right, now what I do want to actually do is just get like a bit of a darker shade as well. Oh, not that. Wait, hold on. Oh, I know why it's doing that. It's because it's pitch black. There we go. I actually finished the second game. I finished the second game off camera. Because I was... I can't remember why exactly. I think I was just really into it and I didn't want to rush it on stream. I think we could play it again on stream actually, that'd be fun. Yeah, that's right, that's what it was actually. In the second Ori game, if I remember correctly, I wasn't doing very well, right? Like, full honesty. I wasn't exactly doing very well with some of the puzzles. But I always, like, it's a tricky thing with streaming, isn't it? Like, there's always, like, a bit of a sense of urgency whenever you do anything. Where you don't want to take too long doing a thing, you, like, kind of want to rush it just a little bit. And I think I had that with Ori, where a lot of people knew the puzzles, I didn't. So I was really struggling to do it, like, effectively and quickly on stream, but enjoy myself at the same time. So I think I ended up just finishing it off stream for myself, that way I can enjoy the puzzles at my own pace. But I definitely would like to play that again. Oh god. Right, I just want to darken all the straps now because they're all a bit too light, especially in the midsections. Yeah, backseat gaming is extremely common, unfortunately. I know, right, Zachary? God. Mate, imagine playing a game for the first time and not already knowing everything about it and exactly what to do. Bruh. Oh, whoops, let me just do that again. There we go. Come on. There we go. Well, hello there, Empiric. God, I know, right? Matt, how dare I? God. How you doing today, man? And then on YouTube, everyone just calls you a noob. Like, yeah, you just started. Yeah. You know, in my Subnautica playthrough, right? The Subnautica playthrough on YouTube. So, you know how I did on stream first, and then I released the footage on YouTube afterwards. So by that point, I'd already experienced everything. Some people got really mad I didn't do certain things. And it's funny because looking back on, and then some people were just giving all the spoilers in the world. Like, some people were like basically telling me how to play the game like I asked for a tutorial in the comment section. Like, all the spoilers, didn't give a crap, just told me exactly, oh, go here to do this, go here to do that, watch out for this, watch out for that. And I was just reading all the comments thinking, I'm so glad I streamed it first. So I'm reading the comments and not worrying about spoilers at all, like, for the first time, like, god damn it. Exactly, smallest child. And then, Perk, I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, Gee, that is so perfect. Hey guys, this is my first time playing. What are you, a fucking noob? Yes, I am. That is just exactly it. Yeah, people get really angry if you don't play games a certain way. It's kind of crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. I do understand if you're missing something obvious. Which I can understand in Ori, right? Ori, as much as I love the game, it's a fair example of a game where, because it's so puzzle-orientated, you can really easily miss the obvious. And I get that can be annoying, hands down. But then there's other games where it just doesn't matter. And people still rage. Like, I don't know, like, I can't really think of any examples off the top of my head. But just say, I don't know, let's say for example, what's an example I can give? Take Minecraft, is an example. So I only just recently learned of like a way that you can cheese nether portals, right? Where you make a nether portal using buckets of water at a lava lake. I only just learned that recently. And I remember in my hardcore playthrough on YouTube, because I was making like I think I was trying to make one like the old school way, where you just bring buckets where you mine obsidian. That's the way I'm used to. You mine the obsidian, and you don't like make it a lava lake. And I remember people, someone just saying, "Oh no, you do it this way." Like, it wasn't a suggestion. It wasn't a, "Oh, did you know?" It was, "You do it this way." It's like, mate, it's a fucking open-ended game. You do it however you want. I mean, yes, there's a better way, but there's no wrong way in those kind of games. I know, right, Jenna? God, how dare you miss this incredibly obscene secret thing? I know, Zakrin, says, mate, can't be having it, can we? Like, mate, imagine enjoying games. You stand up and you pee. All right then. I mean, if you're a bloke, maybe. If you ever play Risk of Rain 2, you won't be telling you anything unless you ask. I want to see you discover things and suffer along the way. Good, mate. That's what I want. That's what I enjoy in games. Is the suffering. If it that's the thing, right? I love consequences in games. I love learning from my mess ups. If I'm missing something, if I'm like taking a really long time to do something, then I won't mind. You know, I'll ask for assistance. But if it's like just something as simple as I don't know, like let's take Ark, right? I'm very familiar with Ark, but let's say for example, I have an example which just left me. Oh my god, I just went brain dead. Did you ever have like a thought process and it just vanishes instantly in thin air? Holy crap, I completely forgot what I was about to say. Well, that's awkward. Right, never mind apparently, never mind. You've never had a thought before? Okay, fair point. Bloody hell, something about Ark. Yeah, I know it's about Ark. I had a point to make an Ark. I don't know. Well, you know what I mean anyway, right? We're ranting. You know what, like, the general thing I was getting to say. Yeah, exactly, Empiric. I entirely agree. You use narcotics for making narcotics? Really? I thought you beat them to death. Oh dear. Gotta have a bit of fun every now and then, eh? Like just having a little bitch every now and then. Just a light little whine. Can be a bit of fun. As long as it's not too often or too frequent. Excuse me, you didn't play the game how I think you should play it. How dare you play the game and try to have fun during it? I know, right? Titanfall 2, it's all about moving faster than standing, but some people camp it like it's COD. Oh, that's a bit lame. Oh my god, you lot. nice tips, thank you. Kitsune. Oh, I love you guys. You're all assholes, it's great. Oh, whoops. Let's just redo that over there. I can't wait to see you play Dark Souls. You watch your brother play it, but you don't know any techniques. Oh, that's gonna be really fun to play. Make sure you turn your monitor on when you're playing. Oh, is that why the game was so dark? Oh. I thought it was just nighttime. Oh. Hold on. That's why you can't hear anything, it's so dark. Let me just record. I gotta do something in WoW quickly, give me a sec. Or at least I gotta load WoW. Oh no. There we go. Oh, sec of just stretching again. I am very tired today. The Drock Soul. So how does it look like then when it's rendered so far then? Surprise WoW stream, yeah, exactly. Like, screw this, we're done modeling, it's good, time to go play WoW. Yeah, apparently the login servers are completely screwed and we need to log in early if we want to get for the raid today. The raid is in about an hour. What was the login time? Oh, I got it instantly. Okay, good job. Guess I'll just stay logged in then. Meanwhile, damn, those colours. That's how that's looking so far then. Nice and rendered. What about silver? Yeah, what does that look like then? I'll only give you tips to complete the stack, which can be easy in that game. Otherwise, I keep my secrets. What I actually saying that, true Jenna. Saying that, when it comes to Dark Souls, I think when I finally get around to playing Dark Souls, I think I'm just gonna play a little bit myself at the beginning, just to, like, get a feel for it, understand the mechanics, the controls, etc. But like, because I think, isn't it a case, like in Dark Souls, where things like weaponry really matters? Like, you got, like, different stats and such. For some reason, I always imagined it was really linear. It turns out there's, like, lots of different stats and builds and skills. I'd like to, like, have the opportunity to learn the game before streaming it. Yeah, exactly, get accustomed to it, yeah. I've made this mistake a few times, trying to play a game purely blind on Twitch, or on YouTube for that matter, just in general, like showing the gameplay before I learn it, and that's normally a mistake. It looks very amused, like they are chiding you for being so foolish, while also threatening you, very fitting for the stream. Yeah, it does look quite menacing, doesn't it? Happy with it so far. There we go, we go for the plastic texture, the really shiny one. And while that's doing its thing. So who's online then? Loads of people. Yeah, you can see everyone's logging in advance. Oh, come on. The speaker's just rendering. There we go. That's what it looks like when it's fully rendered and shiny. I do like the look of that so far. There's a lot of weapons and upgrades to either use or improve damage for those weapons. It can get very complex at the start. Okay then, so yeah. Whenever I get around to playing it, I'll definitely, like, give my own little impression first. You know what I really like about this model? This is a first for me. Is that it doesn't look like the colours themselves, the colours look pretty standard, don't they? Like, you can see, oh, it's white, it's black, it's blue. But normally, whenever I'd rendered this before, it would look extremely flat. In fact, I might even have an example. Let's go take a look. It's not a very good example, is it? No, that doesn't help actually. Bollocks. No, there we go, here's an example. Compare the white, nothing else, just the white in this model. You see how the white's there just looks, it looks like chalk, doesn't it? But then you compare the white to here, and you can just see how there's a lot of just definition, like how the scales are significantly more visible compared to that. Which I'm very, very happy with. Because normally it would look very flat, very boring. Hello.
Yo.
You alright? You logging in?
I have to.
Okay then. Oh, it is 6 actually. I should probably head off, shouldn't I?
That's why I'm downstairs.
Alright then. Well then, guys.
Nothing you to log off, because it's 6.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah, we have a WoW raid, so we're gonna have to start getting ready for that now, aren't we?
And the launcher's broken, because fuck Blizzard.
Yeah, well, saying that, I logged in immediately. I had no problem.
Well, logging in is fine, it's getting on the launcher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. People say hi. Especially Glass. Hello, Glass, welcome back.
34 minutes.
Oh, God. That's really bad. Imagine having a life. I know, right? God. Well, on that note, I'm actually going to head off then. I think it's a good note to head off on, though, because I think I'm pretty much done with just all the textures for now. I do still want to do the patterning on the feathers. I've been procrastinating the feathers. But I think the general hues and shades and scales look so much better now. It just looks so much more crisp, so much more rich. Really happy with that new cavity thing I learned. But yeah. Alright then, guys. I'll be popping off then. I'll see you all tomorrow I'll be back on tomorrow. If Ark is still broken, I'll do more of this. But if Ark is fixed, I'll go play Ark instead. For any new people, I've got Discord and Twitter. I'll let you know what the plan is, but I'll probably be on tomorrow. And otherwise, thank you all for a wonderful day. Zachary, thank you again for that pledge. And I will see you all on Discord, or I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, and thank you all very much.